Good day, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Regional Review. My name is Tunohole Mungaba, and I will be your guest for this week's episode. And before we get into the gist of things, there are three things that I would like to highlight. Today is Zoo Lovers Day, and we also have three stories from the Kavango East region, from the Oshana region, as well as from the Hardap region, where we have a story from Monique Adams. So stay tuned and do not touch that dial. For our promo calendar event of the day, today is Zoo Lovers Day, and it is a trip or an excuse for you to take a trip to the zoo and see all of the beautiful animals in the world. So gather up your family and your friends, take a trip to the zoo, meet new people, also engage, and also have a nice little day where you just relax and visit the zoo. For us in Africa, we do not really have a huge variety when it comes to zoos, so maybe you should take that trip to Etosha, go to the savannas, and look at the different animals that are on offer. So watch this video that an image prepared for you. For our first story, we are going all the way to Keetmanshoop, where Monique Adams brings us a story whereby the Keetmanshoop municipality hosted a plate unveiling in Central Park to honor the lives of those who were lost during the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's Monique Adams with more.
Now we head over to an unveiling plate that took place on the Sunday, 3rd of April, here in Keetmanshoop at the Central Park. It was in memory of lives that were lost during the COVID-19 pandemic.
To the unveiling ceremony of the COVID-19 Memorial today here in Central Park. COVID-19 came like a thief in the night and stole our beloved ones and our joy. Happy, healthy, productive members of society gone in a blink of an eye. What made us even worse was the fact that none of them, the comforting rituals that helped us to cope with the loss, were available to us. No final rites, no burial stories and love. Families gathered around to offer support. It was a time of profound loss and profound trauma. Which is why, Mr. Heiner Naumann, I want to extend a special word of welcome to you for the donation that made the construction of this memorial possible.
For our second story, we are going all the way to Rundu, where Kenya Kambowe tells us that the Rundu Town Council has approached the office of the Attorney General for a legal opinion as to whether they can terminate the contract of Red Force. Council wants to terminate the contract because Red Force is unable to recover recover the 5 million per month for the past 12 months. Here's Kenya Kambowe with more.
Our second story under review is the marriage between Rundu Town Council and Red Force debt collectors. So basically what happened is that in November last year, the Rundu Town Council resolved to seek a legal opinion from the Attorney General's office to see whether they can terminate the contract they entered into with Red Force that was in October 2020. The reason why Council wants to terminate the contract is because Red Force is unable to fulfill their commitments as stipulated within their contract. Red Force is expected to recover around 450 million, which is owed to council by the residents and various stakeholders. And in the contract, it says that per month, Red Force should rake in at least $5 million. However, the last time Red Force managed to recover 5 million or more was in February last year, which means a year later, Red Force is failing in its tracks to live up to the contract. It's on that basis the council in November resolved to approach the Attorney General's office for a legal opinion. 5 months later, the Attorney General's office, however, did not respond to the Rundu Town Council. Attempts to get comment from Red Force proved futile. However, Rundu Town Council claims it stands a better chance because it has been receiving a lot of requests or threats from the community saying that they want Red Force out of Rundu. And it's on that basis Red Force or the marriage between Town Council and Red Force is not that healthy anymore because they are unable to live to the expectations. The residents have also decided they won't pay the arrears because what happens is that when you don't pay Red Force, nothing happens to you. Because if you do not pay your water in Rundu, the others are paying for you. What do I mean by that? It means that Rundu has one system, they are on a prepaid system. The water which is consumed by everyone is on 1 meter, we said Nam water station. So what happens is that even if I don't pay my water bill and others pay, it's fine. And that is the situation we find ourselves in Rundu. Unless drastic measures are taken, the situation will remain as is. So basically, some people are refusing to pay Red Force even though they are being threatened. It's because they know that even if Red Force cuts off their water, they will be able to get water from somewhere else, from those who are working. So basically, the situation is very dire in Rundu, and the residents are calling in the council to do something better for them.
And for our last story, it is a story that I did, the interview with Tofele Shaduka, and I want you guys to re-watch it because Tofele Shaduka is going to be featured in next week's Zone. That is next week, Tuesday, and it's going to be inserted in all 3 daily newspapers of Namibian Sun. Here is Tofele Shaduka interviewed by me with more info.
Okay, my name is Tunohole Shaduka, but I prefer to be called Theo. It's a bit shorter and doesn't have that weird ring to it. So I am the junior mayor of Ngwediva and the head boy of Gabriel Tapopi School / the chairperson of NANSO at branch level for Gabriel Tapopi School. But I'm also running for elections to be the chairperson at regional level. But I am excited about all of this. But it's about my history. I'm actually, I'm from Windhoek, but because I was raised in the coast in Walvis Bay, Swakopmund, and then I moved to Windhoek from grade 1. So I've done my grade 1 in Windhoek at Van Rijn Primary School, which is a very good school that I might add. So there is where I actually got like all of my knowledge, my basics. It's like basically where my roots are. I had a grade 1 teacher, Miss Suzette. She'd always tell me that always be yourself. Don't let anyone change you. Don't let anyone, whatever they say, like affect how you live your life and whatnot. Always be yourself, and that's important. So that's basically why I kind of identify well with the school. Like ever since I've been at the school, I've always been this, people would say I was a nerd, but I prefer the word serious. I've always been serious in my studies and whatnot. But I did also prefer hanging out with friends and whatnot and socializing with people, because it's part of life. Doesn't always mean that if you go to school you have to be always deep into your books. You also have to socialize, because that's what school is part of. School is basically like a stepping stone in life, because like in school is where you meet people and it's basically preparing you for life. I mean, imagine if school was only for learning, that's all, no socializing and whatnot. How would the people that are like in varsity be right now? What would they look like? They would seem really confused and wouldn't even know what they're doing, because they haven't gone through that stage of socializing. I mean, there are heartbreaks and whatnot, but it's just part of life. It's a learning process. So when I was elected as the junior mayor of Ngwediva, I felt really honored, because the first step, as we all know, is that your school has to nominate you to actually be part of the junior council. But then we had a weekend where we're doing training, and then that's when we did the actual elections. So I was voted by my fellow junior councillors, and I believe that they saw certain qualities in me that just made them believe that I was the perfect fit for junior mayor. So when I actually heard the news, I was quite overwhelmed and proud of myself because I am the first male junior mayor, because the rest before me, the previous ones were females. But I actually am proud of it. So as it is right now, it's actually very overwhelming, but I kind of learned to balance everything because in life, I mean, we always have to prioritize. I don't always put one thing over the other, I just prioritize. For example, if it comes to school, if I know that I have a junior council event and I'm writing a test tomorrow, I focus more on my test because I have to prioritize. I mean, it's more like saying that my junior council event is in the weekend, my test is on Friday. I have to prioritize because which one seems more important to me. I know that the fact that this is going to help my CV or resume, but I really have to prioritize because without my schoolwork and without my books, it would actually mean nothing. And I'm actually very happy that I get support and all of the good advice from my teachers because I mean, sometimes I would notice that I would like go out of way and I would be too focused on one thing, or either too focused on being an LRC or too focused on being the junior mayor. I actually forget about my books, but I like the fact that they actually remind me constantly that no, I know that you have these responsibilities and whatnot, but you are here for school and please don't neglect it. And I'm actually very happy that I have teachers like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Taking a look at the weather from the north to the south, Ongwediva is hot and humid with patchy clouds and stray showers expected on Monday. Rundu can expect stray showers over the next week along with temps in the high 20s. Otjivrongo is partly sunny and pleasant with stray showers expected over the weekend. Mariental is mostly sunny and pleasant with temps in the low 30s. Karasburg is partly sunny and pleasant with showers expected tomorrow afternoon. Thereafter it will clear and temps will rise.
Thank you so much, viewers, for another amazing episode of Regional Review. From myself, Tunohole Mungaba, and the rest of the Regional Review team, it is goodbye, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. So stay tuned, keep on watching our shows, keep on tuning in, keep on liking and sharing our channel so that we can get more viewers. So from myself, Tunohole, once again, it is goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, welcome to another exciting edition.